Blast and ahoy and g'day once again to ye mateys! I be Josh the Pirate, and it brings me the world's largest teacup full of pleasure to welcome you once again to the Humblewood. Above me, I have my hearty crew, the gallant Rachel Foucar, the galvanized Mitch Earnshaw, the glorious Dan Suelto, and the genuine AJ Winters. None of this fake AJ Winters, imitation AJ Winters. And behind the scenes today, we have the gelatinous Serum 76. We must shout out also to our amazing and great artist, Breepie, whose artwork you can see on the screen right now. There's a Trish caper up there. And the Deck of Many, who are the minds behind this particular setting. And of course, our favoritist people in all of the internet space, Woot and Forge, who are back on board as our sponsors for another season. They design and manufacture high-quality wooden tabletop gaming products using beautiful Australian and exotic hardwoods, much like one of these. They are local to WA and even do custom orders. Check out their incredible work on their website, woodenforge.com. There is some new and exciting things coming out very, very soon. I've got some new products coming. They also have merchandise over there. So use promo code HUMBLE2 at the checkout for a sneaky little discount, you cheeky little monkey. You want a little cheeky little discount there? You know you do. Alrighty, so head on over to woodenforge.com for some awesome deals. Now, who the heck is everybody? What are we doing here? Rachel, who the heck are you?
Hello, my name is Rachel Foucar. I'm a writer, actor, and creative trash at large. Yep. You can find me on various social media at Rachel Foucar if you want. And you can also buy my book, The Rings of Mars, right here on the internet. It's a sci-fi book. They're trying to get to Mars, but things happen. Check it out if you want to.
Things indeed do happen, as things are wont to do. Mitch, who the heck are you?
How you going, everybody? I am Mitch Earnshaw, and I do want to become famous, and I will buy followers and viewers. Thank you.
Yes.
But you can find me on the Twitter, Mitch_Earnshaw, where I twat things that amuse me and tickle my fancy and my funny bone all at the same time. And yeah, I don't have any cool creative art things like a lot of these other people, but you should definitely do the thing and support all of them. And this is where you'll find me playing D&D here on Roll for Damage.
Yeah, you will. And aren't you lucky that you have? Dan, who the heck are you?
Hello, I am Dan. I am D-Rep in Twitch chat. Aside from that, you can't find me anywhere because I lurk in the cyberspace I am more of a meat space person. That's 99% of what I do. But, you know, come hang out. If you do actually want to see stuff I do, because I have to come out of my lurking hole at some point, it's here on Roll for Damage, Humblewood, every Monday nights, or on Courses Go next week, Wednesday, for Avatar, the tabletop RPG.
Yeah.
Same time slot.
Heck yeah. And AJ, who the heck are you?
Hi, I'm AJ Winters. I'm a world builder and Dungeons and Dragons player on the internet. You can find me over on my channel, Winter's Tales, on YouTube and all the socials, where I am building a world one step at a time that I'm going to host a tabletop RPG game in next year. I'm very excited. We're in production. Getting some casting notices going out soon, so stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. Yes, that's me. That's everything, I believe. Tonight I am Jude Littlefoot.
Correct.
Littlefoot, big voice.
Big Jude energy. Big time.
Yeah, big Jude energy.
That's the autobiography title.
It's in all caps and there's 4 U's in Jude.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I am Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on Roll for Damage on Monday nights, where I'm the DM of the Humblewood. But you did that. Good job. Well done. You're successful. If you want more of my Humblewood, you can come over to my own channel, Courses Cove, on Thursday night, where I DM more Humblewood with a different crew, but set in the same world, contiguous, is all going on at the same time. It's very confusing and very exciting. If you want more of my face and voice, you can check me out at Pupperotica at Fringe World, where I am one half of the ridiculous puppet puppeteers of that particular show. And if you like the majestic voice, but you think I could stand to turn the face down a bit, you can find me on the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Skern Felspar und his little dragon Crush. Very well. Thank you for turning the face down, guys. All right. Yeah. I must also remind our fine-tuned, highly maintained, and possibly even well-lubricated audience to please like, follow, and subscribe all the things. We have all the socials, and you can catch up episodes you missed on YouTube. It's also worthy to note the Spellfire bar at the bottom of the screen, which is currently sitting at a very, very healthy/unhealthy 86%.
Oh my God.
86.99.
Yes, it's very, very full, which is a bit scary. And when it goes off and any bits and subs go to fill it up, then we roll on the deck of Menace Harrowing deck. And we agreed before we began that the next one will not be going to Dan or Mitch. It will be one of the girls taking one for the team.
No.
Yeah, ladies, it's your turn.
Don't do it. Make it go off a Nova's game instead.
Yeah, I think it would be fun if it went off for if it was both of you. Anyway, I think it would be just. Yeah,
we're only going into the fire plane. It's fine.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Also, it's also worthy to note our channel runner Nova One has some new content up on the DMs Guild. Links in chat for that. A couple of cool Halloween-based warlock subclasses. I have had a little bit of input on that as well. My opinion was asked. I was very flattered. I gave it. I thought it was very interesting and cool. Okay. Well, I think it would be just jolly for someone to stop and talk off into the void for a few moments. And it's Jude's turn. Yes, it is.
Jude. Okay, so.
You got this.
Thank you. Okay, we petted with bandits. I consummated with Portia.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. Nevermore got very drunk, and Benneck helped him, I think. Trish was really proud of me for the ceremony. And then we traveled with a portal back to the avium. When we got back, we saw Placenta. She was doing magic on the walls. Something...
Gel placenta.
Placenta, yes. And I don't know what she was doing. It was magic related on the walls. And then we met Jordan in the forge with Minkus Ferris, and he helped us make some amulets. And Trish made a magical fighting stick. Oh, and I made a flute with a fire rock. I think that's everything. Now we're preparing to travel to the fire plane and get Helvig back.
That is true.
All of the above.
Succinct and to the point, and made only slightly better because I was consuming a passion fruit muffin while you were doing it.
Muffin!
I thought it was an appropriate thing to do. Well, mateys, may your former enemies host fancy parties for you, and all your musical instruments possess the distinct potential for self-immolation, as we head tremulously at first, and then with mounting heat and passion, into the Humblewood. Okay. Well, where we left the party, as Jude has just pointed out, they had just finished crafting a plethora of magical items.
Placenta.
A quartet of... plethora, it's a different thing. Of magic items. Stop talking, I'm God. A quartet of talismans of fire resistance, the giant clock of Helvig finding, and a flute made out of a grenade. Jordan and Professor Varus are standing with you, flushed and rather sweaty, outside the forge classroom. Is there anything you wish to do this evening? Other than have a meal and get some good night's sleep?
Oh, I'd really like a bath.
That's totally possible.
liked the shampoo from the spa. It made me all fluffy. I know we're going into the fire plane, but it would be nice, you know?
You know what, Jude? I'm 100% wholeheartedly on board with this. Let's organize you a bath.
Yeah, group bath.
Well, how about a bath that I've organized for you?
Sounds good.
Perfect. Wonderful.
Cool. Before, as you're all sort of heading off, Professor Varus makes his excuses and leaves, but Jordan says to Benneck, Benneck, may I have a word, please? Just, you know, you and me. Well, we can catch them up.
Sure, yeah, you guys go ahead, I guess.
Oh, okay.
See you later, Jude.
Yeah, I'll find you with this, and I just use the talisman.
Benneck, I have a favor to ask you, and I can't ask any of the others.
Right. My imagination is going wild right now, so just say it, please.
And he looks like really like he's trying to find the right words. He says, "Can you please make sure my sister comes home?"
Okay.
She's really the only family I have. I mean, I know I have the others, but they're not really family if you hate them, you know? I can pay you.
I mean, that'd be nice. I say, trying to bait him into be like, how much though?
He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a ring.
Okay. What does it do?
This is the first magic item I ever made. I was going to give it to Jude, but if this will keep her safe, then it's good that you have it instead. It doesn't do exactly what I intended it to do, but it's not bad. It's pretty good. It was supposed to be a ring of haste, but I messed it up a little bit. But I want to give Jude the proper one, but this one's good. And I figured you already know the haste spell.
Yeah, I do.
Well, maybe this will help. And he hands it over. It's a small ring. It is silver, and in this it's like the main part of it is the shape of a gerbine. We've got a hype train going. 90%. Thank you so much, everybody who is gifting them subs. Amazing work, everybody. Shanahos, I see you there. Yeah, it is a silver, and the main part of it is in the shape of a stylized gerbine with unnaturally long arms that form the band. And it's reaching around to encircle the finger. There is an inscription on the inside of the band, in case you ever need a hug.
Oh. I don't get to see that, because as he tries to hand it over to me, I clasp my hand around it and I try and like just push back, and I'm like, I'm just kidding, man. It's fine.
He says, no, it would actually help you. And I'm pretty sure she can't attune to it anyway. I think she's got 3 items already, and you need to attune to it to make it work. This is the minor ring of speed. Once per long rest, as a free action, you can activate the ring and increase your speed by 5 feet for 30 seconds. It's not great, but it's okay.
It's not great. It's okay.
And it would stack with haste as well.
But, well, that's different. I don't want you to give this to me as like payment. Of course, for sure. I'll try. He gets distant for a second, and he's like, I can't say I promise that she'll be back.
I get it. But you'll try.
Yeah, of course.
I just worry that if it comes down to a choice between her life and this Helvig guy's, I know my sister well enough to tell you, she wouldn't hesitate to sacrifice her life for any of you. And that's really cool. And I love her for that. And I respect the hell out of it. But when it comes down to it, no, he's dead and she's not. I hope you can bring him back. I really, really do. It's why I helped. I want this to work. If I thought me coming with you would assist, I'd offer, but I don't want him back if it means losing her. And if he was as cool as I've heard, I don't think he would make that deal either.
Yeah, well, I don't know much about the guy. It's just that the other three seems pretty important. Or they think he's pretty important. As they're trying to go through the plane of fire to get him back. That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
I agree.
I get what you're saying. And I relent and I take the ring.
And he seems to relax a little bit, like his shoulders sort of drop a little bit, like he was worried.
Worried about what?
Well, yeah, you can inside it if you like. It's not a particularly like. He was worried that you. I mean, yeah, a 6. It's hard to like. You don't really understand mammals. But yeah, you get that he was probably the safe inference would be he was worried you were going to say no.
Oh.
Or that you wouldn't understand him. You wouldn't understand what he was asking. He's not saying fuck Helvig. He's saying, I really want this to work, but if it's a choice between her and him, please try and convince her for it to be her.
Yeah, I just kind of like put a hand on his shoulder, like, oh good. I put a hand on his shoulder and I'm like, yeah, I get that. Believe me.
Thank you, Benneck. The rest of them are too close to this. They care too much, whereas you care about Jude, right? You're friends with her.
Yeah, you can say that.
Anyway, thank you.
Are you sure though? This is your first.
If you want to give it back afterwards, but you can take it and use it on the plane of fire.
Okay, yeah, because
call it alone.
I don't know. Like the first time I had to like put a magical ward on something, I had to like keep the detail because it's just, you don't forget your first.
No.
So
it is pretty cool, and I am fond of it. But if it can help you, then you are very welcome to it.
Okay, I'll use it.
Use it to keep my sister safe.
I'll bring it back for sure. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry it's not better.
It was your first. It's fine. And like my first ward enchantment, our assignment was we're supposed to create a ward to make like on a piece of brick to make it resistant to, being mined on or like just all physical damage.
Oh.
My ward only worked on piercing. Bludgeoning and slashing were just okay.
But of all the kinds of damage, piercing would be the best one though. Like who does bludgeoning?
I mean, like bludgeoning's pretty good against like, that's why a battering ram is not so much like a point. It's more like a thing.
Sure.
So, and that's what the examiner used. So let's score pretty low there.
Oh,
but yeah.
You reckon he knew? Do you reckon the examiner knew as well? He's like, this is a good one for piercing. If I use piercing, it won't work.
I'm pretty sure.
I have to give, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he knew, yeah.
They always do that.
They always do that. It's fine. Well, they want to just show you that where you went horribly wrong.
Oh, no.
That's all, so you can improve. Anyway.
95.99? I want this so bad.
I'm so relaxed because I'm like, I don't have to deal with it.
Smooth, loosey-goosey. I freaking love it. Alrighty. Yeah.
Rachel and I over here sweating.
I'm terrified. I'm scared for my fluffy life.
Which one of you changes gender? Awesome. There it is. More Ilthlid.
97.
Oh no. I'm getting the anticipation. Oh.
It's not. Stop it.
You guys can do it. I believe. Thank you so much.
This feels
4
like
hype train.
humble folk racism that it has to be one of us.
All right. That was cool. Thank you, Dan. That was
No,
lovely.
Omi, no.
Okay.
Omi, I see you in chat.
Well, there's the Wooten Forge just give it to another one.
Oh.
Alrighty. I'm gonna
Blame Omi.
Can I get a blame Omi in chat?
Oh.
Okay. Well, yeah. So you head up. You have baths. Or Jude has a bath. I don't know if everybody else has a bath. How many other people have baths?
Oh,
Well, I
definitely.
have a bath, but
Benneck
like
does not bathe.
later.
Oh, okay.
After
like,
dinner.
definitely not as a group bath.
No.
So I'll make sure I try and stagger the bath.
Nicole static.
Wait, it's 99.99.
Is it 99.9?
Oh, no.
Literally a single bit will do it.
Oh my God.
Leave it there. That's great.
Leave it there.
My therapist will be hearing about this.
That's like the worst kind of edging. Stop it.
Oh no. Yeah, dinner. Anybody?
I mean, we
Yes.
eat. I don't know if we talk.
Can't concentrate. I'm looking at this billboard.
Yeah, I know, right.
Just look away and then
can't.
talk later.
There it is.
Sweet.
Omi, it is Omi's fault. It is Omi's fault.
Hashtag blame
God.
Omi.
Blame Omi.
Hashtag blame Omi. Oh dear.
Oh.
Oh well. Let's I'm just gonna do this now. So yeah, you're at dinner. Benneck's
Okay.
pounding away at some offal. I'm just gonna find my notes on the
Oh.
Everything
harrowing.
Just-
Harrowing. Okay. Omi, seeing as it's your fault and you roll well, let's have a roll 1d20, d22. Exclamation mark roll space 22 in chat, Omi. And I will resolve this. A 6.
I can never tell whether that's good or bad. I'm pretty sure.
5, 6. Ooh.
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 Good or bad?
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, he's reading it. This is
4, 5, 6. Oh, I much prefer that. Fuck the other option.
There's
Um,
options.
I was
It's
like,
like
I
there's
either
two
can go from the
sets.
front or from the back. I can either start at the back and work in, or I can start at the front and work in. The front one is definitely better. The card is Fates.
Ooh.
Well, it could be
and-
anything. Last time was talons, and it got rid of all my magic
Yeah.
items. So I was like,
Yeah. Nelderberry, seeing as you were partially responsible for this as well, can I get a 1d2 in chat? Rach is 1 and Jude is 2.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh no.
I'm gonna have to work this one out.
It's me. It's me.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
that's
Why am I so
great.
happy about that?
Plus
that's-
50.
Shut up,
Plus
Chad.
50 hit points.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
I will have to.
it was
I will have
win-win
to-
for me, either Trish or you. So like,
Mm.
Oh.
Oh, okay, right, cool.
Josh,
Yes.
what is it?
You drew the Fates card. I'm not telling you what it does.
you don't get to
Um,
know. You get to go through the session like I did last time.
Yeah, you do. Alrighty. You're up having dinner, and the dean comes up about a little while later. Jordan leaves about halfway through dinner, and he's going to stay with Professor Varys's family for the 2 weeks rather than going and staying with his own family, because fuck those guys.
Good.
And those who are magically inclined, which is everybody except Rach, every now and again you feel the tower sort of thrum with power.
Great.
You've never actually been in the tower. Hype train success. Another one. Who did it now? Oh, such strong support. Level 3 hype train. Thank you so much, chat. I know we were like, no, face. But actually, thank you so much. We appreciate the heck out of it.
I mean,
it's your support for our channel.
Thank you for the support, but we know why you did it.
Some of us are thankful.
This is not a terrible one to have got.
He says,
I need to have
as he blows up all your magic
it.
items.
Yeah, it's not that one. It was one off the Eurali one. The one that Helvig got that was silvery. Eurali's good. It wasn't that. It was the next one along. Okay. Dean Winsworth comes in and like the cafeteria is mostly deserted. You've never actually been in the avium when the teleporter was used and it wasn't you guys using it, so you'd never actually sort of felt it before. Benneck and Nevermore are probably a little bit familiar with what it is. You've definitely, like, years of study at the avium, you've definitely felt it before. But yeah, it's sort of the whole building. It's like being in underneath the railway bridge. Like if you're sitting in a cafe underneath a train bridge and you can feel the train go over and everything rattles a little bit, but shorter. It's not like the entire length of a train going over. The dean comes in, he looks tired, and sits down with you, brings his tray over and sits down with you guys and says, well, that's that. All the students have been sent off, preparations are made. I suggest a good night's sleep. I'll have some packs for provisions made up for you and see you 9 a.m. tomorrow, teleportarium.
Indeed.
Splendid.
Thank you very much for organizing all of this as well.
Oh, no, not a problem at all. I think we all owe you guys one, and we all owe Helvig one as well, to be honest. So everybody pulling together and all that. Plus, you present me with this sort of a challenge. I'm like a hound after it, I suppose. Scent of blood in the air. I'm like, I'm going to chase that. I don't even know what's good for me as well. I'll chase it. I don't know why I'm chasing it. I just do. I want it. So this is fascinating for me. Hello. Yes. Hi. Sorry.
Can I make a suggestion that you go and have a sleep?
That's probably not a bad idea. I'll just finish my my victuals, and then I shall. Thank you, Nevermore. Same to you, gentlemen and ladies, as well. He shows himself out. Presumably, you all go to sleep.
Yeah.
Also, I want to stipulate that Jude probably wrote Jordan a letter to take with.
Yes. What does Jude write?
Jude can't write.
I know.
Jude,
it's a picture.
Excellent. Adorable.
It's a picture of two Jabins hugging.
Oh.
Consummating?
Hugging.
Cool.
I think maybe Trish might have helped her say, miss you or something.
Aww.
Oh. Absolutely would have helped.
Fucking adorable.
That's so
cool.
Before Jordan leaves as well, I would just ask, can I tell her about this, by the way?
He's like, do you think it's a good idea? You can tell her about the ring.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, sure.
I just don't want to take away unless you're we come back and you want to tell your story.
He would actually, he's like, yeah, no, you can tell her. If you want, I know I said that she could have it, but she can't attune to it, so there's no point in her having it. Because Jude has the sword of the wood, the blade of the wood, the amulet, and the flame flute.
Oh, okay.
All three require attunement, so that's that.
I was confused.
Right.
We have this ring.
Yeah, you've got your fire amulet and the ring.
And my amulet, yeah.
Yeah. Everybody has the amulets are all attuned items. And Trish has got the fancy hat.
Fancy gloves, fancy boots.
I don't think the gloves need attunement, but the boots do. Yeah.
Her stick need attunement?
Stick? No. Sorry,
Lance.
that's the one. It's not the boots, it's the lance. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the lance, the amulet, and the hat. Definitely
Trish is
need
decked
attunement.
out.
Trish is decked out. I'd forgotten the gloves. Whereas Nevermore has an amulet.
And a god in his eye.
I've got a ring of protection and a ring of spell storing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so the Ring
I
of
don't know if
Protection
the
used to
spell
be in the eye
storing one
patch.
requires attunement though.
Yes, it does.
Oh, okay, so you're done too.
Yep.
Cool. The only one who doesn't.
Well,
who's
I mean,
a
I've
slot
got
left.
one slot. I've got one slot left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, the two wizards have a slot each. Alrighty. So presumably you all go to sleep. Nevermore. You dream. Your dreams are disturbed and confusing. Your perfect recall is sometimes a handicap where getting a good night's sleep is concerned. You seem to be going on a road trip through your worst memories from the events of the last few months. Though, if anything, these images are even worse than you remember them. You see the wood burning, clouds of smoke above Ash Barrow, the looks of the faces of the terrified inhabitants of Meadowfen. You see the desolation at Crestmarch, the last wave of the elementals coming in to smash the beleaguered defenders, though this time they look larger than they did, even more ferocious and implacable. You wait for the moment to come, knowing that the bandits will arrive and turn the tide, but this time they don't. You look around and you see your friends dropping one by one. Trish is run through by the clawed hand of a huge, smoky monster 5 times her size, her flaming spear dropping from her limp hand. Jude is swallowed by an ash snake, which seems to straddle the mountains itself. She is wrapped in its forked tongue and the wails of fear and helplessness as it consumes her. Benneck is crushed by the pounding fists of a gigantic, rocky lava elemental, which drags him below the surface of a pool of magma. You hear your father's voice from beside you, but he's not there. He's where you last saw him, collapsed on the ground and perforated by the shards of his last weapon. Susan and Riffin lie next to him, but their bodies are shattered and broken as well. Beside you stands a small form, a young girl, a Jabine, who you last saw in Meadowfen. You left her with the owners of the inn, and her eyes certainly weren't glowing green then. She looks up at you. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Mary, is that you?
She looks up at you, and with 2 voices, one that of a young girl, and the other of something unimaginably old and malevolent, says, "All of this could so easily have been. It may yet come to pass, and you, the mighty Nevermore, have not the power to stop it." She then laughs.
Who on earth are you, small child? Don't tell me who I am and what I can do. Rat.
You are dancing merrily to my little tune. So educated, so knowledgeable, and yet so clueless. Don't even know who I am.
What? You, Mary? You're Mary, the little possessed Jabine.
That is the form.
Ah, okay, I see. So, you're possessing that form. I see. So why would you possess a small little Jabine girl? Must be terrifyingly strong and horrible. You must be. I'm so scared.
What did you do when you met her? Why would I have possessed such a sweet and innocent thing?
Oh, because we took you out of the tower? Oh. Okay. But I mean, what are you gonna do? What's this? What are you yammering about? I assume you're here for a reason. In my head. Talking shit. Out with it.
Rather than replying, she sort of does the head gesture, the sort of the up nod to indicate to the other side of you. And at the same time, Nevermore, you feel a hand laid on your shoulder. And softly, you turn, and Helvig is there. He looks up at you sadly.
Hey.
Hey, hello, Helvig.
Just stop. You better
What do you mean?
stop trying to control everything. Like, you're trying to save me, but I think in the process you're going to get Jude and Trish killed, like you did with your, you know.
Oh, I did all of this, did I?
I mean,
You're
like,
not,
it's you.
You're not
Yeah.
Helvig.
You're
Helvig wouldn't
Nevermore.
say something like that.
Out of
I turned back.
Lazarus.
I turned back to Mary. Make Helvig go away. Enough with your manipulation and your crap.
Mary's not there. And as you turn back around, Helvig's not there either.
Irilaf, why is my head messing with me?
And you hear her very distantly, as if she is struggling to reach you. Her voice, as though from a very great distance, says, "Focus on my voice."
And I'll do that.
You do that, and you wake up. The bed sheets are tangled around your legs and damp with sweat. The morning sun shines through a crack in the curtain that separates your sleeping area from the common area and the beds of the others. Can you make me a perception check, please? Very good. 14. You can smell a scent in the air, one you haven't smelt in years.
Oh, it's not urine, is it?
It's not.
Oh, okay, good.
It's a good smell.
I thought I might have pissed myself again.
It's French onion soup and freshly baked bread straws.
We'll kind of sit up in bed and like just peer out of the curtains.
The light coming through the curtain has a slightly odd hue to it. It's whiter than normal sunshine. And as you open the curtain, you find you are standing on a raised patio outside your father's estate. The stone walls of the great manse behind you covered in ivy and roses. What's the view like?
The estate itself is constructed mostly out of kind of like fine marble columns and stuff like that, looking across pretty nicely manicured rolling lawns down towards, of course, the best feature of the lot, which is the lake with the little pier with a number of boats. It's nothing too fancy. There's not like crazy topiary shaped hedges and all that kind of stuff. It's just nice lawns and just a very ornate looking mansion, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
In your hand is a cup of something. Raising it, you take a sip, and a wave of contentment washes over you. It is fresh French onion soup, just like Mama Cassandra used to make.
Oh, not contempt. It's
Nope.
contentment. Okay.
Contentment.
I was like, why am I feeling contempt? Okay, sorry, contentment. Got it.
And speaking of Mama Cassandra, she bustles over to you with a bread straw, dips it in your cup, and bustles away. What does she look like?
Thank you, Mama Cassandra. I appreciate you. Mama Cassandra is just your stereotypical, the big mother hen, big kind of pretty heavily overweight, wearing a big apron, full breasted, as chickens have breasts.
Yes.
You get them.
Yes.
Yeah, they do, because you get them from shopping centers. And then
I'm imagining an Italian nonna.
Just has this little white hat on, kind of like a maid's hat, and she's just very wholesome. Has a massive wooden spoon hanging from her hip.
Yeah. Nevermore may have once or twice as a child felt the sting of the wooden spoon. She was really the only sort of mother figure disciplinarian that he had growing up. It was Mama Cassandra's little boy who played the ocarina.
Correct. It was. And her son was named Wilbert. Wilbert. He used to play the ocarina.
Yeah. Standing back, looking out over the lake. Sorry, do you want to do anything?
What is going on? Like, part of me is aware of the fact that this is really just a dream. I would imagine. Mama Cassandra. Excuse me. What is going on today? Anything in particular?
Well, you have a music lesson at 2, but I believe you have a guest.
Oh, yes. Where will I find the guest?
She gestures, and there is a Corvum lady. She's beautiful and elegantly dressed, sitting at a wrought iron breakfast table with a parasol over the top of it. It's about 10 feet behind you. You just hadn't seen her there before. You know the table. You've sat at that table any number of times. And she looks up at you and says, "Hello, Nevermore. Nice to finally meet face to face." You have never seen her before.
Yeah, quietly walk over and sit down.
And yet instantly you know who this is. This is Irilaf. The voice gives it away.
To what do I owe the pleasure? You haven't revealed yourself to me before, and look at you, and I gesture across the table. Oh,
yes,
beautiful and exactly what I would want to be seeing. Fancy that.
She smiles and says, "I haven't looked like this in a very long time." This actually, believe it or not, isn't for your benefit. This is what I looked like when I was a mortal.
Oh my. So you were a mortal once?
Yes. All the Amaranthines were. So were all the Astorials.
Oh.
We rose. The word is apotheosis.
Interesting. Is that something that can still be attained?
Oh, yes.
Very interesting.
Interesting.
And so you ascended. What
I did.
In particular did you do, Irilaf, to gain apotheosis?
All the Amaranthines, except Ardea, I apologize. Ardea was the first. She is the mother goddess, the one that raised the rest of us. Ardea and Titan, they raised the rest of us. You know the story. Each of the Amaranthines competed to give Ardea a present, a gift, something she desperately, well, not desperately, but something unique and different, something only they could do. Gesme flew to the sun and brought back a flaming staff from the sun itself. She sought knowledge. And you would know, obviously, Gesme is the Amaranthine of the Corvum.
Yeah.
I sought knowledge in dedication to Gesme. And yes, my apotheosis was through knowledge.
I see. Why are we here right now? I gesture around to the beautiful surroundings.
Your home is
Why
beautiful. I can see why you miss it.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Well, then that is your answer. We're here because this is your dreams. You were having a bad one. I managed to pull you out of it. One of the benefits of sharing your head with someone else.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate your you pulling me out of that bad dream, but what now?
Well,
kind of get the feeling you want to talk to me about something.
I have been thinking about what you're about to embark, well, what we are about to embark on. And she actually does look a little bit nervous, as if like she's reluctant to bring this up. She says, I think I might be able to give you more of your mind back.
Well, that would be incredibly beneficial. But
yeah. There is a catch, though, yes, of course.
Of course. That catch is?
Well, it's why I can only do this with your permission. In fact, I can't do it without your permission. You could put me in part of your soul instead.
So you'd be in part of my soul rather than my mind?
Yes. There'd be another positive side effect as well, actually. You'd be able to access more of my power. It can channel straight through you.
But what about my soul?
I wouldn't gain it if that's what you're asking.
But I mean, would it be damaged?
No. This is about trust, I suppose. I could definitely damage your soul, but I wouldn't. And currently, I'm in your head. I can't lie to you. I swear to you.
Would you be able to lie to me if you're in my soul?
We would both be able to hide things from each other if we're not 100% sharing the same head.
And once this transition is done, there's no takey backsies, is there?
What, as in?
As in no rewinding this and going back to the old arrangement, I assume.
There would be, I suppose. Part of the trick is your soul has more space in it. So, sorry, Dad's reaction. Yeah, she says, I could, I suppose. I mean, obviously the long-term goal is for me to not be in your head or your soul. I'm just trying to think of ways to maximize our chances of survival. I want you to know that if you die on the plane of fire, I'll die too. Not become an incorporeal being again. If you were to die here on this plane, I would return from whence I came. If I was to die on the plane of fire, that place would absorb me. I would die. So obviously I'm extremely motivated to not have you die on the plane of fire.
And I appreciate the risk to yourself that I'm putting you in by going there with my companions to rescue Helvig. And if there were any other way, then
I know
I wouldn't put you in such a position, but
I appreciate that.
Binding with my soul, I unlock more of your power and potential, you say?
In a similar manner to the way your friend was bound to the aspect of fire.
Ah, yes. Like a pact of sorts.
It would be, yes. But it is possible to break a pact. I suppose it all comes down to trust. And you know I can't lie to you.
Take me for a little row down in the lake, and I'll think about it. By the time we land, I'll have made my decision.
Very well. And you are in one of the rowboats on the lake. And she doesn't touch the oars, but it does begin to move. And she's sitting there under a parasol, sitting at the back of the boat, steering it and just smiling. And she looks like she's really enjoying herself, looks like she's enjoying this memory.
Irilath?
Yes?
You're not going to hurt my friends, are you?
No. I have no intention of hurting your friends at all.
Then do it. You have my permission.
Thank you. She stands up in the boat. It remains perfectly rock steady. And she indicates for you to stand as well. And she puts a hand on your chest and then lightly pecks you on the beak. And then she's gone. And you can feel yourself invigorated, empowered. And mechanically, your charisma returns to its previous state. Nevermore back up to charisma of 16.
Hold on, just charisma?
Charisma. His charisma score has healed as she has given him back a part of his brain. And we can now reveal what Nevermore multiclassed into last week. Nevermore is a special warlock.
I hate this.
My goodness, there's an awful lot of people watching. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Oh, it's just dropped a lot, but never mind. I just
I saw it go from 68 to 53 as well.
53. I was like, oh, okay, never mind. Cool, never mind. It's still. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. I hope you're having a good time. We're about to get to the Harrow Bar and what happened there. It's about to happen, but I'm just going to finish this a little bit. So yes, Nevermore has taken the Pact of the Astorial, a homebrew one, because that simply does not exist, because Astorials are something I made up. So this is a sort of a combination cross-class between the Pact of the Celestial and something else.
We know what it is.
Yes, Nevermore gains a few abilities at level 1. One of them is he gains the proficiency with the, well, not proficiency, he gains access to the light cantrip, and his charisma is healed. He gains access to cure wounds and command, the spells. And he also gains the ability Soul Siphon. Starting at level 1, when you reduce a hostile creature to 0 hit points, You regain hit points equal to your charisma modifier plus your warlock level. This is doubled if the creature in question is elemental, fiend, or celestial. Pretty
Nice.
boss. Because his charisma modifier is currently a +3 again, so that's 4 hit points every time he kills somebody, and 8 if he kills something cool.
Damn straight.
Does that mean Nevermore's going to be like better now at like social things?
Yeah, theoretically, I believe he has the highest charisma of the lot of you.
Step aside, peasants.
Not that I can act like it though. Alrighty. Yeah, Nevermore. You Doom Donkey, thank you for the sub. Very well. Yeah, that's your dream, and the dream, the rest of the dream sort of fades away, Nevermore, as you just sit back down in the boat and think about what the choice you just made, presumably, I would guess. Jude, your dreams.
Yeah.
You have 2 dreams this evening.
2?
Yes. The first is, this is something Josh is having to do on the fly, so please.
I don't like it.
Just bear with me a second. Jude, your first dream. Now let me just, I need to be very, very specific about this. Hang on, just bear with me a second. Ooh. Okay, Jude, the first. You remember the house, the little house in the Plain of Fire, the last time you went there? The little house that was burnt down?
Yeah.
And had the dead hedge in it?
Yeah.
You're in there.
Oh, no.
You're standing in the burnt out ruins of this little house. You see the skeleton of this hedge in this rocking chair. And something you hadn't noticed at range. Now you're up close. This hedge has silver spines. And as you look at it, this skeletal, ashy head tips up and looks at you. And you can't, it doesn't smile, it can't, it doesn't have any skin, but you do feel like it's smiling, trying to look comforting. It reaches out as it stands up, its spines clattering. A lot of them just sort of fall to the floor, but a few sort of clink together like armor. And it reaches out slowly, its skeletal hands, and tries to take one of yours. And it draws its hand back, and then boops you on the nose.
Helvig?
And it nods.
You're not dead. You're not dead.
It nods again.
Okay.
And it pats you on the head. And yes, just bear with me a second.
Where's your fur?
It looks down, and you get the distinct impression it's confused.
Did you lose your flesh?
It nods. And then it looks at you, Jude, and it takes one hand, puts both of its hands on your shoulders, and it rubs your, sort of like it's trying to comfort you. And then it says,
It's okay. I like it here. Don't come for me.
What?
Like I said, it's fine. I like it here. So don't come for me.
and then this creature, this Helvig, boops you on the nose again, Jude, and you disappear. And I imagine you wake up pretty distressed by that one.
Screaming.
To battle.
Jude wakes up screaming, guys.
Oh yeah, are we sharing a room? That's what I would.
You are in the area. You are in the dorms that you were in before. So there's a large central room, and then there are 4 sort of sleeping alcoves around it, each with a sort of curtain partition. Jude is in one of those.
I run in immediately.
Same.
Jude, what's wrong?
I like go to the window in case whatever attacked Jude like escaped or something.
I saw Helvig, but he was just bones. He had lost his flesh somewhere. I don't know, but he said he doesn't want to leave. That he likes it there. I don't know. I don't think it's Helvig, but he had these spines.
It's okay. Look, we're about to do something very scary. You might have just had a bad dream. Just take a deep breath. Try and calm down, okay? It's all right.
Okay.
Something doesn't want us there. I'll kind of like poke my head in at this point in time as well. Like, well, I mean, something's trying to ward Jude off. And that's definitely not the impression I got from Helvig when I spoke to them.
Well, if something doesn't want us there, all the more reason to go.
I mean, we have to go get Helvig and bring him back.
And whoever is stopping me, I'm going to kill them.
Okay.
Right.
Yikes.
We're
It
going
is
to get Helvig
So
back.
like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Let's all try and get a little bit more sleep, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
If you want, we can pull all the mattresses out into the main foyer together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a comfort muffin, and then I'm going to sleep.
Okay.
Good idea.
Love it.
I'm gonna do, as we piece together some mattresses, I'm going to do what we did with my family before, and that's to make a fort, like a blanket fort.
Yes. Yeah, you've already got inspiration. That was solid.
Is this necessary, Benneck?
I just kind of like glare daggers at him as I like lock another blanket in place.
They're blankets. What are they supposed to stop?
I'm an abjurer. I know what I'm doing.
Whatever.
Nice.
I like it.
Okay.
All right, let's sleep, everybody.
You go back to sleep.
I sleep on Trish's tail.
Jude, you
Yes.
have another dream. Jude, can you describe for me a place from your hometown that you liked? A place that you would go for peace, for just a little break, a little breather.
there is this place not far from the house because, I couldn't go that far. But there was little purple flowers in the field. And I used to lie down there and make up stories with the clouds. Stories of better families and adventures and friends.
Jude, you're there in your dream. And this place was a bit of a secret, like no one in your village really knew it was there. It's just this little glade in a bit of a depression, sort of a little valley. It was just your secret little space. But you didn't go here very often because you were worried someone would find you in it and then it wouldn't be a secret anymore.
Yeah.
So you've never seen another person in this place before. But you do now. There is a figure sitting on a log in the middle of the field. Purple flowers, a carpet of purple flowers all around them. They have blue pantaloons, a silver breastplate, blue cape, cloak, and enormous white ears. Bigger even than yours. The figure looks, you would guess, female from behind. And they are making a daisy chain.
Hello?
Jude, can you make me a history check?
Yeah, I'm really bad at history.
I'm sorry. You would have advantage.
9.
Look, I'm glad I said that. I think, actually, Jude, can you make me an insight check? That's more likely.
Okay. I'm much better at insight.
I am also making this up as I go, so.
15.
Better. Yeah. You don't remember this face, but you think you recognize the smile because it's the same smile as Jordan uses. Hello, Jude. My sweet Jude. I know you're looking for me.
You got my letters.
I did. You should talk to your friend Benneck about getting some handwriting lessons.
Okay.
But I understand every word of them.
Hi.
Hi. And she opens her arms for a hug.
I hug her.
And she hugs you back. I'm not going to tell you how you feel, but I would suspect a deep well of contentment and happiness. She whispers in your ear, I am so proud of you, Jude. And I'm so sorry.
No.
Sorry I couldn't be there for you.
You don't be sorry. You are doing good things for Gaspard.
I was. It doesn't mean I'm not sorry I wasn't there. A mother should always be there for her little ones. But Gaspard is looking out for you.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's very impressed. He told me so himself.
Really?
Really.
came to see me.
I know. Have you got a question for him yet?
No. I want it to be a really important question, you know? And I have so many questions that are not important, you know? Like, what goes in bread to make it not a muffin? How is it different?
Sugar.
Oh, the crystal? See,
Yes.
I have so many questions.
And fruit sometimes.
Oh.
Though you could put fruit in bread. She finishes the daisy chain she's making, and she puts it on your head like a crown. She says, I'm sorry, little one, but I have to go now.
What?
We will see each other again. I promise. You have to find your friend first.
Yeah, I do.
Give Jordan my love.
I will. It's really good to see you, Mama.
And don't hold. I know it must have been very hard, and it would be a very hard thing to ask. But try not to hate your father. My leaving really hurt him. It's a big thing to ask, I know.
I do not hate people who are sad. I just don't agree with his choices.
I know. That's why, part of why I did not come back.
And I don't hate you either for not coming back.
Thank you. Because you would not be wrong to. Always remember, Jude. My Jude. Mama loves you. And as your hands come back away from your face, Mama's gone.
Mama?
And you sit for a while in your happy place. Spina, could you roll me a 1d2 in chat? AJ, highs or lows?
Highs.
Highs it is. Oh. Small town creepy. No, I still hate her father. You know nothing, small town creepy. Oh, very well. Thank you. Following day, you wake up, Jude. I assume the rest of your night passed reasonably well. And on the pillow next to your head is a small daisy chain of purple flowers.
Damn, it feels good. Let's do this.
I'm like not there. Benneck's not there.
You're ready? You ready to save Helvig? Yeah. Can I get some hype?
Yes. Let's go and get our friend back.
You okay, Jude?
Yeah.
Good. And I'll just I'll like lean down and just give her a little tiny little peck on the head. A bird kiss.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. We have a quick breakfast. Throw our last few muffins in the bag. Perception checks, please, everybody.
The people in the room?
All four of you.
I'm not there.
This is for future. This is something I want you to roll before we get into a scene.
Nothing gets past me, baby.
Trish. Trish will be the one that notices it. I'm not surprised that Nevermore and Jude have their minds on other things. And Benneck, you were not there. What were you doing?
I wake up earlier than normal, and I am. I sit at the platform that leads out where the various islands sometimes rotate to and connect at the bridge.
Yeah.
I take out the paper. I'm about to do something crazy today, so take out the piece of paper without unfolding it, the heavily creased piece of paper, and I just kind of clasp it between my talons and my palms. I just look out into the morning sunrise, and I see as like the moon, if it's out, just look up at it.
Yep, you do that. As the moon sets, Benneck sits and watches it, and clasps a picture of something. We've never gotten to see it. Alrighty. As you enter the teleportarium the following day, Trish, we haven't really heard very much from Rachel. How did you sleep?
Restlessly at first, but then a lot better after we all woke up, because I was still very conflicted about possibly going to our death. But weirdly, knowing that something doesn't want us there has given me a lot more confidence in this mission that we're on the right path. So I slept a lot better the second time around.
Interesting. Cool. So, chat, if you didn't realize, Jude's two dreams were the harrowing. And I think the look on AJ's face was harrowing. AJ, do you feel sufficiently harrowed? That was a cool one. I will reveal what it was at the end of the session. So stick around for that.
Change gender or?
Nah, sorry.
We didn't hit the jackpot this time.
I think you need 3 more for that. The Jester is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's number 11. Alrighty. So you head to the teleportarium.
Yep.
As you enter the teleportarium, the school oddly quiet with all of its students missing. The place only has 3 other occupants. The Dean, Rusty, and a still very pale, almost still like light gray Ravania. Ravania has a staff, like a walking stick, but he is there. The Dean indicates the packs on the floor in the middle of the room. There are 4 decent-sized travel packs. Each is wrapped in like oiled leathers to help preserve what's inside. Waxed leathers, not oiled leathers. Each contains enough food and water for a week in sealed containers that should resist the heat. All the containers are clay and well glazed clay pots and jars.
So, remind us the procedure. We're going to appear there. We're going to follow, just pick up this big old bling clock, this towards Helvig. And then once we've found Helvig, how do we get back again?
I believe, what's that? The third occupant is Professor Salvus Rusty. He says, "Well, boy, I believe the procedure is that you are going to cast a sending spell.
Yes, sending
you send
spell
to us, and we will bring you back. So, what is going to happen here is that we have got a permanent connection that we are making between the plane of fire. Yeah. It's like a permanent bridge. But our end of it is heavily warded, so coming back and forth, you have to be let in. It's basically a doorway. And we are making the door lockable.
So the door on our end is going to be located in the same place
where
the whole
you come
time?
in is where you get out.
I see. So we have to
You
get
have to
in,
extract
get to
your friend
Helvig,
and get him
get
back to
back to
where
there.
you started.
Got it.
Exactly.
All right.
Professor Winsworth, Dean Winsworth says, do hurry. With what we've done to the teleportation circle here, there's a non-zero chance that we are opening a gateway. Well, we are opening a gateway, but there's a non-zero chance that something could find a way in. And Ravania chimes in, and the longer the gateway stays open, the bigger that non-zero number gets. So please find your friend and do it fast.
It's the plan. Don't really want to be there.
Well, yes, quite. And aside from that, we've cannibalized the entire teleportation network of the wood to do this. And I'd rather not too many people find out. I'm technically within my rights, technically. But this will put a few people's beaks out of joint if they find out. So, gentlemen, places, my friends. And
All right,
he gestures
let's do
you
this.
to the circle in the middle of the room. As they take their positions, the wizards stand equidistantly around you, arms out, red sigils, sort of circular glyphs forming at the ends of the tips of their fingers. The air thrums with restrained power, even more so than the normal usage of the teleportarium in the building. Nevermore, you come back safe, boy, you hear? I don't want to lose you.
There's no alternative to that. Don't you worry.
Good boy. Benneck, you make eye contact with the Dane, and his eyes seem to mirror that sentiment, but for you.
I just nod.
You feel your very soul start to vibrate as rings of corpuscent crackle across the stone walls. Trish, you happen to be standing closest to Professor Russet, and you hear him say, hang on, Gabe, shouldn't the coordinates be inverted? And then the world goes black.
Yikes!
And
Fuck.
very, very cold. And I think we'll have a break there. We've been going for about an hour and a half. So we will have a short break, little breaklet.
Gosh!
Wizards!
That's what happens when you are sleep deprived and you do some math. Don't do that.
No math on sleep deprivation. Fucking hell.
We in the
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, madame and monsieur and dame under herren beings of indeterminate gender of persuasion. Thank you so much for sticking around. We are back. We have just had a harrow. I hope it was harrowing enough for everybody. Don't go looking at the deck of many things in the book, because that's not what I'm using. I'm using the deck of many, as in the people who wrote this source book's original harrowing deck. It's very upsetting. Yes, we got the Fates card, and I will tell you all what it was at the end. It could have been so much worse. Like, that one's actually one of the better ones. And Jude got it. And then there was a slight maybe snafu, perhaps, with the teleportation. So your vision swims back into focus, everybody. And you try to make sense of what you are experiencing. Can I get perception checks, please?
At 4? Oh, joy. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
I'm paying attention this time.
Oh, it's good. Everybody's good. Alrighty. Nevermore. You find yourself, I mean, you all do, but Nevermore notices this. Like, everybody notices this, but this is Nevermore got the lower, so he is noticing this bit. Nevermore, you find you are all standing on a cliff. The light is dim and murky, and around you, strange plants erupt from rock formations and seem to wave in an imperceptible breeze. Trish, beyond that, you can see stretching out beyond you a series of valleys and trenches, some deep enough that their bottoms are lost in the abyssal dark. Benneck, a ways off, down one of the larger valleys, you can see around a bend, you can make out the glow of light, potentially a settlement. You and Jude spot that. Jude, you notice two things that have escaped the others. The first is the surface, glittering faintly a long way above you. And the second, and potentially even more concerning, is a huge shape in the gloom behind you. And I don't think Jude's ever seen one of these before, so I don't necessarily know that you know what it is. Can I have con save or wisdom save? Whichever is better, people. This is to hold your breath because you are underwater.
Oh, fuck.
Now, I don't like the rules as written holding breath rules because I think they're bullshit. Standard D&D rules are you can hold your breath for a number of minutes equal to your con modifier +1, which means Jude is fully capable of being useful and competent for 2 minutes whilst holding their breath. I'm a pretty damn good swimmer, and I'm no good after 45 seconds. Jude, who got eaten by a frog one time, I just don't buy it. So, and Nevermore and Trish can do 4, which is fucking bullshit. So, my homebrew rules, my house rules for holding one's breath and being active whilst doing so, as the astute among you may have gathered, you are most likely not on the plane of fire. Now, normally the rules for holding your breath are that, and then you get your con mod number of rounds before you drop to 0 hit points and start making death saves. The way I want to do it, because I think it's dumb, is hang on, I'm going to say you can hold your breath for a number of rounds equal to your con score. So 16 rounds for Trish and Nevermore, which is 1 minute and 36 seconds, which makes a lot more sense. And Jude's is 1 minute and 12 seconds. After that, you must make a DC 17 con save every round or take a level of exhaustion. These are temporary and fade after a short rest. They are, however, potentially fatal if you fail 7. If you have 7 levels of exhaustion, you die. So that's the. I think that makes a lot more sense. Is like you are really, really running out of breath, so you're really struggling to perform things as you are getting to the very limits of your endurance. I think that's the way I'm going to do it. So
rounds and 10
Jude,
rounds.
20. Sorry.
I was just like, so it's rounds.
Yes,
rounds
it is
per
every
score.
6 seconds. Yeah.
So 10. Okay. Yep.
So yeah, Trish, Nevermore. Oh no, Jude. Wow, everybody did con saves. Interesting. Nice. Jude has a higher wisdom than a con. Interesting that you went con.
Everyone else rolled con saves. So
you could have done con or wisdom. I would have been happy with either.
I rolled a 21. I'm happy.
It's totally fine. Benneck got the DC. Nevermore did not.
Oh my god.
Trish knocked it out of the park. Blew it out of the water. So, Nevermore. this is anybody who fails doesn't realize that they're underwater in time to consciously hold their breath. So Nevermore, you let out before you catch yourself. And you have half a lung full of air rather than a full lung full of air. So your time is halved. The surface is at least a mile above you, and the gloomy shape is moving in your direction, though not directly at you. It's sort of moving towards you a little bit in a roundabouty sort of a way. What do you do?
Does only Jude notice the shape?
Jude is the only person who's noticed the shape. I would also point out that Jude, can't speak, but does know the message spell.
Don't you need to talk for message?
Yeah, if it's got a vocal component, doesn't do shit.
Do I see that Nevermore is having a bad time? Do I notice that?
You would notice the middle.
Okay, I'm gonna grab Nevermore by the back of the robes, look at the rest of the gang, and just point towards the surface, click my boots, and swim like mad.
Trish, you are so deep, you would be aware that you would not be able to make the surface.
1
before.
mile.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you are a mile down.
Right. Oh, yeah.
1
Fair
mile.
point. Fair
You
point.
will straight up drown if you
I
try
look
that.
around for any like
Oh.
bubbles
So that light.
or pockets. Yeah, there's light down there. I point.
It's quite a ways off, but it is in the canyons. And does somebody, Jude, do you point out the thing behind you?
What is it?
Jude points out the thing behind you. Would anybody be familiar with sharks?
I eat things.
I think Nevermore, you're a knowledgeable guy and you like boats. You'd probably be at least aware of what a shark silhouette looks like.
On his fancy lake.
Don't get
Yeah.
many sharks in the lake, but I am aware
No,
of
but
what
you
they
do know
are.
what fish look like, and this is
Yes.
a big, pointy. And when I say
Nasty
big,
one.
it is enormous. It's larger than size class huge.
Oh, wonderful. Awesome. Great.
It is the shadow. It's hard to guess because it's not very nearby, but you would guess probably at least 50 feet long. This silhouette that is slowly. It does look like it's 50 feet long.
Irilath, I'm going to die. Irilath, what the fuck? Oh god.
Irilath goes. Irilath says, "I can't make air. What went wrong? We're on the
don't
plane
know.
of water."
Joy.
Kind of like peering around for something, and the nearest thing is light, right? I can't see that, but it got pointed out by
Yeah.
Benneck, correct?
Yeah. There's something coming.
Exploding overhead, yes, though?
It
The
is
shark?
now definitely coming towards you guys.
Maybe it's nice. Maybe it's nice. Why am I hoping?
Yeah, it is slowly moving towards you.
Oh, this is the part where I scroll through and I realize every single spell is verbal.
I hide in some kelp.
You move to hide in some kelp. You do that.
I have 2 spells that aren't verbal components, so I'm good.
You are really
Yeah.
starting to sort of. I think you're all really starting to struggle for air now.
Yeah, I was like, how long are we?
Suddenly, a wave of bubbles issues from the creature that is rushing now towards you, washes over you,
Oh, good.
and you find yourselves spluttering and dripping on the ground. The air is moist and reeks of fish, but it is breathable. A dome, a silvery dome of a bubble, basically arches over the top of you. You find yourselves in it's about a 15-foot diameter bubble of air at the bottom of the ocean.
So does the kelp just like
inside
flip on me?
but not
Yes,
inside the thing.
Not inside the
All right,
creature.
no, good. I was gonna
The
say.
creature, however, is clearly looking out at you from the outside of it. Looking up, you can see an enormous face peering down at you. Its lips peeled back and rows upon rows of razor-sharp teeth are visible.
Who did this?
Hello.
Oh no.
Oh, good.
Your name's
Hey,
not Bruce, is it?
Is that in common?
Name's Gandia. What's a bunch of bites like you lot doing down on this plane?
No clue.
We aren't
yes.
supposed to be here. I guess there was an accident. We're supposed to be on the plane of fire. Can you just point us in that direction? That'd be really nice.
Oh, sure. Plane of fire. Yeah, you're a bit out of your depth, aren't you? Yeah, plane of fire. And he sort of points, his whole body goes rigid, and he points in a direction. He's like, just over there, mates. But I say just over there, I mean, it's a long way, and you lot don't look too good at the swimming.
Could you swim us there?
Oh, I actually can't leave this plane. I'd probably die on the plane of fire anyway. I need the water. Why are you here? What happened?
Look, we were supposed to be going to the plane of fire. Something's clearly gone wrong.
Oh, why are you going to the plane of fire?
Did you do this thing we're standing in right now, or?
Sure did. You're welcome.
Yes, thank you very much. Appreciated.
You look like you were having a bit of a trouble there. You need gills for the underwater, you see. He doesn't actually have a hand, so he can't point at the gills on his neck. But he is an enormous... Yeah, his fin does sort of do an awkward point. He is an enormous shark. Picture a great white, but with like armor plates around its head and neck.
Cool.
And about 60 feet long. Now he's up close to you, probably
so a dire
20
shark.
meters plus.
I'd happily eat him if he was dead.
He goes, what do you, he says, so, plane of fire, you guys don't look like fire elementals or anything that might do well on the fire plane. I mean, if you were minor fire elementals, you'd be dead. So, what's the go?
We have fire-resistant potions, but we're in the plane of
We've
water.
got talismans.
Not
now.
water-resistant potions, though.
So, is there any way that you can help us, wise and benevolent one?
Oh, mate, I'm not wise. I'm just a god for my lady Carrie. A raid, Nerds of the West. Thank you so much, raiders. Welcome. Chuck your raid emotes up in chat, everybody. Thank you so much for the raid, guys. We are exploring the wrong elemental plane. We're on the plane of water. Oops. Whoopsie daisy. Talking to a big old shark named Gandia.
Should write that down.
Sorry, so you're guarding for who?
Oh, the lady's name is Charybdis. She's a lovely lady. Saved my life. I owe it to her. So, yeah, I'm one of her bodyguards, sort of things.
Is there any chance? Charybdis.
Charybdis, yeah. She's a sort of a wizardy, witchy, sorceressy sort of a person.
Is there any chance
life.
we could talk to this incredible individual you speak of?
Oh, I'm sure she'd love that. She loves meeting new people. Gets very bored in her castle all alone.
Would we... Do many people that go into this castle leave? Just curious.
I mean,
You know.
not everybody leaves, but probably most of them. Some people like to stay.
Right.
I've got a mate who stayed there for years. I mean, if I could, I'd stay there too. I've got a bit of a thing for her.
Oh,
I see.
She saved me from when my species was going extinct. I'm probably from the... Where are you lot from?
prime material.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Prime
right.
material plane.
Same.
Really? That's
Yeah,
surprising.
long time ago, though. Long time, yeah. My species went extinct, and, well, Gary brought me here.
Gary?
Said I was the handsomest of the megalodons and brought
Carrie.
me along. Charybdis.
Gary.
Charybdis, yeah.
Sorry, that's my name for her. I don't know if she likes it.
That's
like, if
cute.
anybody else uses that name.
Are you
And he
in
actually
love?
looks bashful, actually. He was like, please don't actually tell her that I call her that. It's just sort of my pet name for her in my head.
You're in love.
Oh, look, she's really nice and very kind to me, and she does, well, she's saved me.
Pardon me asking. I don't know if it's rude, but if I haven't met any of your kind, do they all talk, or do you just?
Oh no. I think she did something to me, or maybe being here did something to me. Probably one or the other. I think I got smarter. I've been here a very long time. I don't even know how long. Pretty sure I'm bigger than I used to be as well.
That's so cool.
Oh no!
It is, right?
If we're
You
gonna
want
be
to
here
meet
too
her?
long.
Sorry?
I could probably take you.
I think that would probably be the best idea that we
Maybe
have
she could
right
help
now.
you.
That would be
Yeah.
incredible.
Why
So,
are you
Trish-
trying to get to the plane of fire?
Trish, what's up? You right?
Quick aside, Nevermore. Can't you just do that sending spell and get us back? Like, get them to just take us back.
Yeah, I mean, look, one would hope they know they've sent us to the wrong place. I'm kind of hoping that a door's just going to appear right there, pointing over it where it was.
Before we left, I heard Rusty say, "Wait, shouldn't the coordinates be reversed?" So they've got to know they've sent us to the wrong place. So why haven't they brought us back yet?
Presumably because they can't. Look, how about this? We go and meet, and I'll, turn to what's your name again?
Gandia, mate. Gandia.
Gandia.
The
Gandia.
first thing I ever remember her saying to me was, "You're my Gandia."
Oh. Oh, I see. That's good.
Thank you. I literally just came up with it.
I wish I knew exactly the joke.
You're the big Viking Mitch.
Yeah, you should know. Out of anyone, you should know the joke.
You're my Gandia.
Or Jormungandr. Okay, gotcha. Jormungandr.
Yeah.
It's the world serpent.
The world serpent.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yep. Could you please take us to Charybdis?
That's right.
Preferably, is there any way that you can, I don't know, help us breathe underwater?
Oh, I got you covered, mate. Got you covered. And he inhales, and the bubble, he's a fish, he doesn't breathe, but the bubble that you're in collapses. And you are the air bubble bursts and the water comes pouring down on you, and you're almost crushed by the force of it. Recovering, you see him carefully blowing a bubble at each of you. These come to rest upon your necks and sit there like a bizarre facsimile of a diving helmet.
Oh.
Cool.
There you are, my anti-aquatic mates.
Thank
Is
you
it
very
big
much.
Is it big enough for my ears, or are my ears?
Actually, Jude, your ears do stick out just a little bit.
It tickles.
So you can feel the water flowing against the tips of your ears as you move around. He says, there you go. Now you can move around a little bit. Well, welcome to the Howling Abyss.
What a wonderfully named place. Where did it get its name from?
Well, usually it's quite a bit louder.
Why?
I don't know what's going on, actually. It's pretty unusually quiet today.
Is it loud because it's supposed to have like currents or something?
Yeah, really strong ones, mate. Really strong ones. That's why I'm one of the guards, because I can swim against it. Little bites like you probably wouldn't manage it.
Oh no.
So we kind of got lucky, technically.
Oh
Even though
yeah,
it's
you
so
were right
long.
lucky. I was swimming by when you came here, and then your friend, he blew out his bubbles. That was a good call. I wouldn't have noticed you otherwise.
Yes, I'm glad that you saw that. It was
Heard
just
it.
one of
Heard
those,
it, mate.
it's one of those moments where I needed to act.
Very good hearing I've got. So why are you? Sorry, he swims alongside of you. And say, hop on then. Let's go and get you an audience.
I don't
swims
know how
alongside.
to swim.
He said, "Oh, you don't need to, mate. You can just ride on me." And he presents his dorsal fin for you to grasp. Jude, the dorsal fin itself is good twice your height. It's huge. It could be a sail for a what's the word? A windsurf board.
I hold on like a boogie board.
Yeah. And he says, "So, why were you trying to get to the plane of fire?"
To save a friend.
Oh, right. Oh, good on you. Well, maybe Charybdis could help you get there.
Is that something that Charybdis does?
Oh,
Travels
she's
the
very
planes?
powerful. She has been known to travel the planes. I don't know. I don't think she particularly likes the guys on the plane of fire, but it's more of a sort of an alignment thing than anything personal. But I know that she goes up to the prime material occasionally.
What for?
I'm not certain. I think she likes it though. I think it's fun. So do you guys all get on board Gandia?
Yeah, because there's not really. It's not like I'm going to swim off into the abyss.
Unless he swims faster. I'm taking this as a workout session.
Oh, he is much faster than you.
I will hang on.
He's like, I mean, you can if you like, mate, but we'll probably get there a bit faster if you grab on.
I'll just hang on. I'll wait. I don't know how long we'll be here. I'm sure I'll have plenty of swimming time.
Yeah, you can do your juicing later. All right.
Thanks,
What order do you sit on the back? Who sits where and in what order?
I'm at the front.
Jude is at the front. Where's Nevermore?
Kind of off to the side a little bit of the main fin, the dorsal fin, I guess.
I suppose the trick of it is there isn't very many
little-
spots to grasp on a megalodon. You could probably hold on to its armor plates a bit.
Yeah, if I can wedge myself into an armor plate, just
Sure.
kind of so I don't get washed off the back.
Very well. Trish, where are you holding on?
I am at a position like at the base of the tail, so I can't be thrashed off, but I'm also far away from the teeth.
Fair,
Those are my
fair.
concerns.
Right. He seems very friendly.
I mean,
And if he wanted to
I'm
kill you,
friendly.
I'm sure he could.
Which is
You're not wrong.
suspicious of you, Josh, now because
Hey?
things.
Yeah, look. Benneck, where are you holding on? He's like, if you like, you can sit on my nose and I could push you while you swim.
I mean,
Get a bit of a workout.
Why don't you sit on my face?
he's offering. I guess I'll do it. It's
Sure.
rude. It's rude. He's already saved our life once, so just, I don't know, the hospitality of Plane of Water.
I mean,
So,
you
yeah,
don't
sure,
really
I guess.
have to. It was sort of a joke, but if you want to, you can.
Yeah, why not? When in the Plane of Water?
Exactly, right? When you're in the plane of water, what?
Like, I don't know actually. As I do the swim.
When in the plane of water, swim. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's a common phrase here. All right. In which case, would anybody be within like eye line of Nevermore, other than himself?
No, because I'm at the nose.
I
I'm
think
towards the
Jude-
back.
I think Jude would probably be the only one who's near Nevermore.
Yeah.
Jude, can you roll me a perception check, please?
Yeah.
It's not a big thing.
Perception.
No, not a big thing. Just looks like Irla.
13.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, Jude, Nevermore's Iralath eye is dark blue, like dark blue, almost black, but it's glowing. I mean, it usually glows, but it's glowing dark blue. It's really weird to see something almost black glowing.
Nevermore.
You're muted.
Sorry, yeah, just my mouse wasn't anywhere near the mute button. Yes, Jude?
Why is your eye different?
You know I can't see my own eye, right?
Well, it's dark blue, but it's glowing.
Irilaf?
We're
I'm
on the
thinking in my
plane of
head.
water. I'm absorbing
Of course,
some of it.
yes, that makes sense. Is it like a positive thing that you're absorbing?
It's actually not unpleasant. I've never been to the plane of water before. It's very different to the fire energy I got from the elementals.
Do we need to have the same concerns as we did on the fire plane, where like things can sense you, or?
I don't know. As I say, I've never been here before. It depends on the thing.
Nevermore.
Right. Everything's fine, Jude. Everything's fine.
Let's just stop talking.
I stopped talking because I was talking to Irilaf.
Oh, right.
I mean, I have to ask Irilaf about my eyeball, you know. Sorry it spooked you.
Yeah, she's absorbing ambient energy. Cool. Yeah, she says, yes, your friend is not wrong to be concerned, and it's nice that they notice. But no, I don't believe this is, I mean, you can... if you want, I can probably change the color back. It's sort of an instinctive response.
It's totally fine. Don't even worry about it. Okay. Irilaf said hello, Jude, and that you're doing amazing.
Oh, thank you, Irilaf. She's so kind, you know?
Irilaf says a lot of nice things about you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, I like her too.
Good. Good.
Irilaf does not comment.
Good.
You get the impression, Nevermore, that she's like, nice. I mean, I do like Jude. And you actually, you do hear her in your head say, I mean, I do like Jude, but I hadn't. But yeah, no, she's cool.
Yeah, sure she is. All right.
The journey is swift. Gandia moves through the water with sinuous ease. You feel the pressure increase as he dives off the cliff you met on and down into one of the channels, heading towards the lights that you could see in the distance. Here and there, you can make out badly damaged ships and structures from dozens of different cultures. Almost all look as though they have been through some serious weather events. The walls of the canyon are dark grey stone and lousy with weeds and lichen, a few kelp, and the occasional coral outcropping. All is quite dark, but the glow ahead increases until you round the last bend. Ahead of you is an agglomeration of ships' hulls, seemingly fused together to form a many-tiered palace. Like before, these are from countless different cultures and nautical styles, most unrecognizable to you. The materials are mostly wood, but a smattering of steel pieces can be seen. Junks lie entwined with triremes, galleons perch atop paddle steamers, and a propeller shaft juts out from one spire, spinning lazily in the current. The whole thing looks at once ramshackle and yet majestic, and it glows with an internal radiance. Imagine that some mad deity decided to rebuild the Disney castle using only shipwrecks. That.
Yeah, I'm just picturing Atlantis.
Yeah. Welcome to Halekakealon, mateys.
Halekakealon.
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 And what does that translate to in, I guess, other tongues?
He says, you know, I'm not sure. I think it's just the place's name. Not all names have to mean something. Halekakealon.
Halekakealon. Wonderful.
Do names mean something?
Some do.
Oh.
I was named after a big snake, I was told.
Huh.
Something that lived forever.
Well,
I think
And
the
this is
point was
where-
that she was keeping me alive and therefore my species alive so we could live forever.
It's beautiful.
It is nice, isn't it?
I don't
Kind of
know
why I
what
like her.
Jude means.
I don't know. Never met a Jude before. What is a Jude?
I'm a Jude.
That you are, little mate. That you are. How rude of me. I didn't introduce myself to the others. You there on my tail. What are you?
my name's Trish. Nice to meet you.
Oh, it's nice to meet you too, Trish. And you
Sorry.
on my nose, mate. What are
Oh,
you?
me? Name's Benneck.
Powerful good swimmer there, Benneck.
I try. I don't really see the coast much, so this helps.
And the guy with the weird eye that keeps talking to him. What are you?
I am a Nevermore. And I'm not going to
Now
tell you
that's
who
a
my
name
father
that means
is
something.
because he's... Wait, it means something.
Well, your name, it actually literally means something, doesn't it?
Oh, yes, Nevermore. Ah,
Yeah.
yes, okay.
There you go,
Well-
Jude.
Yeah, my name does mean something, actually.
I never thought about it.
So, swimming over the outer walls, Gandir deposits you at a guard post manned by a pair of finned humanoids with faces of deep-sea fish who are armed with deadly-looking copper tridents riddled with verdigris. They sort of gabble and grunt something at him. It's like it's not a language you speak, any of you. It's not even primordial. It's not even like the boys who speak Oran. It's nothing like it. But he responds in the same language you guys have been speaking. He responds in common and explains that you're here to see the lady. He doesn't name her. He says they're here to see the lady. And these guards sort of nod. They're like, oh, all right. One of them has a little light, the little sort of dangly anglerfish light, and it sort of bubbles in the current as it nods and sort of just gesture you in. They don't, either of them, they look quite fearsome. They look like they're probably 8 to 10 feet tall. They look like they'd be like hard to tangle with for you guys, but Gandir he's a big chap. He probably wouldn't struggle with them at all. There is no further discussion. Your way through the gate in the inner wall, which is comfortably large enough for Gandir to swim through. Inside are the grounds. Arrayed in artful chaos are cultivated sea vents with their attendant microenvironments, forests of kelp and sprawling beds of coral. There is even a small lake. Looking at it, when Jude looks at it, Gandir can sort of tell Jude's looking at it. He says, it's really salty. It's why it stays there. I wouldn't stick my nose in if I were you.
How
And
is there a lake in an ocean?
It's different salinity, mate. It's thicker, so it sits at the bottom.
Salinity.
More salt.
Oh,
And as you watch, Jude, a sea snake swims across the surface of the pond and then disappears beneath the cloudy covering. It's very sort of misty on top. And as it swims, it disturbs it, and it does look like mist. The main entrance, incongruously, has a carpet and stairs. Ascending, you enter the main door, and as you do, you find that you are out of water. Though fish and indeed Gandir still swim around you as though you weren't. The bubbles disappear, and you are not really wet, but you are there, dripping on Gandir's back, still swimming. However, if you were to get off, which I guess you do maybe, you drop to the ground like gravity works.
Hold on, I was like being pushed by his nose. So did I just
as
like...
he entered the doorway, you would probably drop and roll and stand up as the force of him swimming stops holding you up anymore. The rest of you who are mounted on him can get down a little bit more gracefully.
Well, thank you very much for the ride. Appreciate it, Gandia.
If you like, I can introduce you.
That would be wonderful. Is there a certain way we should refer to your lady?
Oh, just be respectful. She knows you're not from around here, or she will when I tell her. She could probably guess, to be honest. She's very well traveled.
I'm very respectful, so we shouldn't have a
More
problem.
like a queen.
A queen?
Yeah,
Wow.
she rules the whole of the Howling Deep, Howling Abyss.
Oh, good. I am not
Never met a
anxious.
queen before.
Sorry, I was going to say, can I make a history check? See if this Charybdis actually does ring a bell at all? The name?
You're gonna
can-
eat
The whole Queen of the Howling Deeps. And I'm like, Howling Deeps sounds like one of the planes. If she's a queen here, she might be quite powerful. That's my reasoning.
Sure. Make a history.
22.
Yes. 22. Nevermore. There isn't a hugely good reason that you would have heard of her. However, you have heard of a legend of a giant sea monster called a Charybdis that ate ships whole. It was always preceded by a giant whirlpool.
Wonderful.
Whether or not this is the same being, it's a legend. There's no factual sightings of it that you know of, but...
Well, yes, if you could make the introduction, that would be incredible. Thank you.
Sure. He says, of course, my pleasure. Really would be. I love seeing Carrie. The Charybdis, Miss Charybdis, Lady Charybdis. All right. He guides you through a labyrinthine series of corridors and chambers, exceeding even Nevermore's experience for opulence and sophistication. Eventually, you reach a particularly beautiful chamber. The walls reflect the composition of the palace, but display nothing of the ramshackle nature of the outside's appearance. There is a carpet of rich green that seems to be made of living seagrass, and what you had first taken for tapestries on the walls are actually waterfalls, with slowly shifting scenes in their waters.
Wow.
A high-backed chair of dark brown wood upholstered in red leather, which overlooks the room from a slightly raised dais. There is, atop this, a woman, or at least what you take to be one. Again, she is humanoid, but an order of magnitude less fish-like in appearance than the guys you saw outside. Indeed, she's actually physically not dissimilar to Professor Noctua, the scribe professor from the Avium. You remember?
The flamingo.
The elf, yes.
Yeah, the flamingo.
Yeah. Her skin, however, rather than pink, has a bluish tone. And on close inspection, it has subtle scales in it and glitters slightly as she moves. Her hair billows as she talks to a friend and confidant, you would guess, and her fingers are long and elegant. She is dressed in an Elizabethan-style ball gown, complete with ruff. And from the bottom of it, you can see a single deep blue fin, where you would expect to find feet. And she is in deep discourse with a hammerhead shark in a top hat and a monocle. The chain links, there's a sort of the chain linked to one of its gills, and it goes all the way out to one of the eyes on the end. And as you and your guide enter, she turns and smiles at you. Then she looks back at the hammerhead and says, Your pardon, Alexi, dear. I simply must greet my guests. I shall see you this evening for backgammon. She turns and regards you all before looking at your escort. Gandia, darling, you do always bring me the most fascinating guests. I do so love meeting new people. They certainly do spice things up.
My lady, drop
Does she
down
eat
very
people?
deep. Very
Oh.
deep bow.
Oh, it's so lovely to meet someone who knows etiquette. Rise, rise, please, my friend.
Thank you,
I
milady.
Curtsy using my cape.
Amazing. Trish?
Hi.
Trish waves, and she waves back at you merrily.
You
In
just
fact, she
cackle in character.
Yes, I did.
she flutters a fan at you, like, hello, hi. And she doesn't rise herself, but she says, "Who are you, my lovely friends?"
Hi, I'm Jude Littlefoot. It is so nice to
Pleasure.
meet a queen. You're beautiful.
Oh, dear, you must stop telling people that. It's really bad form. I am no such thing. Mistress is more than sufficient. Captain, if you like, I suppose.
Well,
And,
mistress, we collectively are the saviors of Alderheart. Pleasure to meet you. You look spectacular and bizarre, and I'm in awe, quite honestly.
Splendid. The saviors of Alderheart. How very marvelous. Oh, Gandia, you've done such a wonderful job. Gandia, darling, would you pop back off and I'll have the kitchen send you out something. I shall see you the day after next, precious. And he says, bye, my lady. Have fun.
And thank you, Gandia, for the escort.
You're
Much
more than
appreciated.
welcome, mate.
Wonderful
and
guide.
He swims away, and she says, "Isn't he a splendid specimen? Oof, that fin.
Wonderful.
If you're into that sort of thing."
What?
Does she
she says-
look different through my eye at all, or not? Am I seeing an image? Because, you know, this whole Charybdis being a massive sea creature, am I seeing something different?
So you're actively, consciously asking Iralath,
I will be
through Iralath?
focusing. I will be focusing through Iralath. Yeah,
Iralath doesn't.
unless Iralath warns me off. Yeah,
Iralath says, "Don't go too hard on that. This is a merid."
Merid. Can I make a history check or arcana check for that?
Yes, please do.
I don't know if that's what's happening in character. Goddamn.
Oh, wonderful. 22 again.
22. Yeah, a merid is a water genie. You've definitely heard of them. You know that genies rule bits of their elemental planes. This is not unheard of. Eminently capable of transforming themselves. And Nevermore, seeing as you're looking for it, the shadow cast by her on the wall doesn't match her physical form. It looks quite a bit bigger and significantly more tentacly.
By nature, what are marids generally like when it comes to alignment? Are they more strictly held by the bounds of alignments as opposed to, I guess, like normal mortals who can kind of just be whatever they are?
Depends
more of like a
very
strict-
much. No, it depends these are powerful personalities. And I think personality would probably be a good way of describing it. They are, yes, almost on their own planes. She would be, and Iralath would tell you, it's like, this is on this plane comfortably a match for me at the peak of my strength. On my own plane, she is a demigod here. On your plane, much less dangerous, but here,
she has lair abilities. Got it.
very, very little would at least, at the very fucking least. Very, very little would challenge or match her in strength. But I doubt she means you any harm. What I would warn is that they are changing as the tides.
Noted.
They each sort of match their element. Fiery ones are, by their nature, explosive. Rock ones tend to be a little bit more ponderous and thoughtful. Air ones, inconstant. But water ones, changing.
Got it.
The water ones actually do tend to be the most powerful as well. So seriously, watch out. And
Lady
she almost
Charybdis.
certainly knows I'm here. Sorry, Irila says she almost certainly knows I'm here. But the fact that she hasn't brought it up, would be my advice.
Got it. Ah, Lady Charybdis. Very formal bow.
Yep.
My name is Nevermore, and it is an absolute pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Of course.
Thank you very much for being such a wonderful host to myself and my companions.
My pleasure. Well, how did you get to be here? I recognize these little species. You're from the prime material. Would have taken a little bit of power to get you here. But why on earth did you come? None of you can breathe here.
Misdirected
and as I recall,
power.
you need to do that. Yes?
Yes, unfortunately, yes. Misdirected power, unfortunately. We were directed in the, I guess, polar opposite direction compared to where we were supposed to be going.
If you look at your giant compass, Nevermore, and I assume you have at some point, it's pointing in the direction that Gandia pointed. And she says, "You're wanting to get where exactly?"
Apologies for the yawn. The fire planes.
Well, you're a little bit of a ways out there, aren't you? But I suppose I might be able to help you. Why are you wanting to go there? Dreadful place.
We're going to save our friend.
Oh, how laudable. How marvelous. More people for me to get to meet. I should so very much like to meet your friend.
Oh, he's wonderful.
I'm sure he is, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Such a dangerous place for you to come. I'm very much excited. So, you want to go to the plane of fire and meet you and find your friend, bring him back, and then presumably leave.
Yeah.
That would be the plan.
Very well. I shall make you a deal.
Okay.
A trade, if you will. I require a thing, an item, a small thing from a rival on the plane of fire. I believe the person you're looking for is not too far away from it, so this sort of lines up nicely. You see, I have, as I say, a rival in the city of Molten Glass. He owns the place. Have you ever heard of an Ifrit?
No.
Nevermore definitely has. Benneck probably would have had as well. Because the plane of fire is an element of study for everybody in the avian, basically. Ifrits are fire genies. And Benneck, if you hadn't realized it before, I don't know if you would have, but bringing that up, you could at least certainly suspect that she is the inverse of that, if you were trying to pin down what she is. His name is Gaius. He's a ghastly man. But he owns something of mine. He stole it. It is a horn. It is called the Horn Resounding. And he can't even use it. He took it from me just to be churlish. Well, it's a pearlescent conch shell about 2 feet wide, detailed in silver and gold. It's a rather pretty thing. If you can get it for me, I will send you there. You find it. And then she holds her palm up, very sort of gently holds her palm up. And as her fingers uncurl, in it is a, think Disney's Aladdin style lamp. Pour the contents of this over the horn, and it shall return to me. Keep that though. Keep this though, because when you want to get back here, you shall need it. You pour it over yourselves and your friend, and you will pop back here as well. Then, I so love meeting new people. I would love to meet your friend, but after that, I shall have Gandia take you back to where he found you, and you can go home.
I would like to do an insight check.
You are very welcome to, Trish.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't. I'm just thinking. Wait a sec. So.
Oh God.
-1, 16, Nevermore. Would Jude make an insight?
Yeah.
Or is there something else, Benneck?
No, I was just gonna like really stupidly think out loud and say like, but isn't Helvig like a fire thing now? So if we bring him here,
if he is a fire thing, no, he wouldn't survive the experience. You're friends with a fire elemental?
No.
He didn't start out that way. Some stuff happened.
He's no longer a fire thing.
Very well.
He's a hedge.
Oh, I see. Oh, splendid. Well, then he should be fine, but I would make certain, absolutely certain, that he's not an elemental before you bring him here. Otherwise, his death will be very quick, but very painful.
Oh.
And I wouldn't want that. I'd love to meet him.
Wait, so hang on. He would be coming here. So he would be a fire elemental coming here, and he would get injured.
He is one. He will die.
I see.
If he's a fire elemental, when he comes to the plane of water, which he'll have to use your teleportation circle. And this is the first time she's mentioned the teleportation circle.
God,
None of you
everything. Now I'm like sus.
She says, you're in my home. I am aware of your teleportation circle. Normally this place is quite a bit more violent. You seem to have calmed it. Well done.
Oh.
Oh, we did that?
Or the people who are currently maintaining your teleportation bridge.
It's the wards.
Don't worry, I have no intention of damaging it or trying to leave through it. I can come and go as I please.
Oh, cool.
Nevermore, your 16 insight. She does actually seem on the level. Your guess is that she is bored.
She's bored?
This is an almost omnipotent, immortal being. She is bored. her consistent, I love meeting new people because, oh God, just an eternity of the same fish. If she was around to save an ancient shark, she is extremely old.
Old, yeah. You know what? I think we could probably agree to those terms. What do you think, everybody? I mean, we're down here.
Might as well happen. I mean,
we're down here. We've had this wonderful offer by this incredible individual, Charybdis. Thank you again.
Would you like a muffin?
I haven't had a muffin in years. I'd love one, thank you.
I pull out a chocolate chip.
You make careful not to give her your god muffin.
Not
and
at all.
She has a chocolate chip muffin. And she goes, oh, divine. Thank you. Thank you, my
You're not
dear.
allergic to chocolate though, right?
No.
I don't want to like commit murder.
I don't think I'm allergic to anything.
Oh, good.
yeah, you don't strike me as someone who has allergies.
And she
just
looks
making
at you
sure.
and she chuckles. And as she chuckles, Trish, you see the shadows of large like tentacles move on the wall, just wave slightly as she chuckles. It's not a threatening thing. She just like, and they wave just once. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
If we have a deal,
think so. Yeah, I mean, are you just
who
going
takes the
You're
lamp?
just going to plop us there? What's the deal?
Oh, I shall put you somewhere safe. I wouldn't want you getting hurt before you manage
Okay.
to. I mean, I want you to succeed.
Thank you.
Is there
Dude, you
anything
take
we
the lamp.
should? Is there anything we should
In
know
my
about
backpack.
this city so that we don't die immediately?
I shall plonk you outside the city.
Mm.
It is a city on the plane of fire. I honestly actually don't know very much about it. I've never been.
Okay.
It's one of the few places I can't go.
Makes sense.
Wait.
But if you were planning on going to the plane of fire, I figured that you were prepared for it. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, prepared.
Can we just talk for a moment, ma'am?
Mistress.
certainly.
Miss Stress. Sorry. I turn into the huddle.
No, that's fine. She leans back and it looks like she goes through the motions of crossing her legs, but she doesn't have legs. She's got one fin. And sort of just swishes, and then she very delicately eats her chocolate chip muffin while you guys go into a huddle about 20 feet away from her.
Oh, okay. Sure. I know that we're going to take up on the offer, right?
Yeah.
It's just that now the order matters.
The order?
Yeah. What order we do things in, Helvig and this thing. Because if we
Right.
steal the horn, right, I'm certain this guy, if he's just like an asshole that I think he is, he's gonna chase us down while we're trying to rescue Helvig, right?
Ah,
So
yeah, good
Helvig
point.
first, and then the horn with Helvig.
And then we do the water.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Helvig would be able to help us, in theory.
That's true.
That is
If he's
very,
there.
very well thought out, Benneck. Thank you.
Can
Brilliant.
someone make me an intelligence check?
Is this because Helvig doesn't have a body?
Yeah.
There's that, but this is a different thing.
Roll intelligence.
Intelligence minus
Yes.
2. Oh.
Oh, perfect. 25. 18. Yeah. Benneck. Nevermore. No, I'm going to say it was Nevermore, not Benneck, because Benneck is proposing the opposite. Nevermore, it occurs to you that Benneck, that the horn may not be the only thing that's being guarded.
Helvig's being guarded by Pier.
Well, when I did go to visit Helvig in that spell that I cast, Pia was there. You wouldn't be familiar with Pia at all, Benneck.
Who's that?
But Pia is essentially Helvig's familiar.
good.
I know that
That's
you're
good.
familiar with that term. But on the plane of fire, Helvig's familiar turns from this small flying insect creature thing to a large molten covered dragon. And
good.
yes, yeah, very good.
Glad
Great.
it's on our side then.
So I guess the flip side is no matter where we go, no matter which one we deal with first, we're probably going to have somebody after us.
Wait, why is the molten dragon familiar going to come after you?
Because we've got Helvig,
Right.
I
but
assume.
Isn't he the familiar of Helvig? So wouldn't he?
Used to be, not anymore necessarily.
When I was there, I got the distinct impression that Pia was kind of guarding
What?
Helvig.
Oh,
You didn't say that.
Yes, it didn't seem important at the time, just because the entire point was, are we going to go save Helvig? And Helvig was like, yes. So that's what we went to do. But Pia was there outside of the hut. So
Did you also say that in the fire palace there's other things? Was that Josh?
That was Josh.
What?
That was Josh. You said in the fire, in the crystal, in the fire palace.
No, he was saying that the horn is not the only thing that would be guarded, implying that
Helvig would also be guarded.
Cool,
yeah.
cool.
This
yeah.
sucks.
She says,
I think we need to get Helvig first. We have
I mean, that's what they're there for.
Yeah.
This is going to cause issues with. Maybe we could ask Charybdis if there's an issue with order.
The mistress will be okay with it, right?
Well, okay, wait. Well, we don't have to go with the horn. If we take the horn and then do the water over the horn, it'll send the horn back, and then we can go rescue Helvig, right? And then do the water.
she is, if you look, Charybdis is now lying lengthwise, like across the arms of her throne, dropping bits of chocolate chip muffin into her mouth, sort of idly like chucking them from like and catching them in her mouth. And not quite, but yeah, and says, it occurs to me, and I don't mean to eavesdrop, but you are in my realm. I can't not hear you, really, I'm afraid. But it occurs to me that if you need a quick getaway, the lamp would probably be the best solution. Do the horn first would be my call.
Yes, and then
if you need to get your
Helvig,
friend out
and
past
then
whatever jailer he has, that to be a better solution.
then pour stuff over ourselves, and then we get out. Yeah, actually,
My suggestion would be the horn, because if you get in properly, you do it quiet like, they won't ever know you were there.
okay.
Best not to make an enemy of Gaius anyway. You are such brief things.
How are we, looking like this, gesturing at ourselves, going to get in and sneak into a place presumably filled with fiery entities?
Trish is good at that.
Yes, Trish is good.
Have you thought about that at all? No, of course not.
Have the faintest idea. That's the job for you to think about.
Correct.
We are agreed, yes?
Yeah.
We are agreed.
She claps her hands together, and you, whoop, for the second time today, everything goes black. You are lifted in an invisible fort. You just literally just, whoop, and everything goes black. And I think we'll leave it there.
Oh my god.
Another quest.
Yeah.
Quest.
A little bit of a side quest. Alrighty. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for watching and playing. Hooray! I'd like to thank the Deck of Many for what I'm sure you can agree. Pretty decent work writing the source book and that amazing Harrow deck that we play with. Thank you to Serum for his amazing work behind the scenes, you gelatinous being you. Thank Brie Pie, our wonderful artists. Their work is always top shelf. We love them. Our fabulous sponsors, Wooten Forge, the purveyors of WA's finest handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories. It's support from them that allows us to bring you this kind of content. Don't forget that discount code, Humble2, to use at checkout on their website, wootenforge.com, for some sneaky little discounts on all of their gorgeous stuff. And keep an eye on the website because they've got new stuff coming out all the time, some very exciting things in the pre-Christmas run-up. I'm excited for all of that, keeping my eyes peeled. Now, as always, we're going to do our favorite moments, but we are running late, so we will do quick ones. Can we do speedy ones like last time?
Got it.
All right. And everybody in chat, if you've got your favorite moments, please chuck them up if they're quick as well. Write them fast. Alrighty. We'll have some rock music.
I'm ready to go.
Go for it.
Oh, no, go, Jude, go.
Yeah. Okay. Favorite Benneck moment? I eat things when the shark was there as his solution to getting rid of the shark. Trish manically laughing when we rock up at the palace of the shark. Nevermore, the whole thing with Irilathan choosing to be a warlock and all that, like, everything about that. And Josh, getting me to call you mistress.
Thank you.
Your moment, favorite your moment.
Oh,
favorite Jude.
Obviously meeting Mama.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
cool.
Yeah, no, that was lovely. Cool. Yeah. Rach?
Go, Dan, go. Go,
Oh,
Rach.
me?
Dan?
Dan, go Dan.
Dan.
My favorite
Dan,
self moment
Dan,
is
Dan.
blanket fort. Favorite
Yes.
Jude moment is the goddamn waterworks. Both dream sequences. Favorite Nevermore is the lake, the having to be like rowing a boat before you decide. And favorite Trish, I have to say the laughter that caught me so off guard. I was like, wait, is that his character? Favorite Josh is the waterfall. It's so
Tapestries?
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me. Oh, cool.
Nice. Well done, Dan. Who wants to
Go,
go next?
Rach, go. Go, Rach,
Go,
go.
Rach, go.
Oh, favorite me having a fucking mental break, just like I've snapped internally.
At what, specifically?
Just all the
I wanna know how to
insanity
do it.
happened. No, it's just, it piled up, Josh. It was all too much. Favorite Josh moment. Dropping that fucking, shouldn't this be reversed? And then immediately going to break like a dick. Ridiculous. Favorite Nevermore, being inside an insane dream vision quest thing and still kind of being a dick. Just beautiful. Benneck, the blanket fort, adorable, amazing.
Yeah.
And Jude, Jordan's letter, drawing him a picture of you hugging was precious.
Yes, yes. Mitch?
My own personal favorite moment was definitely the dream sequence. And I don't think Nevermore gave it up too easily. Yeah, he wanted a little bit. He wanted a little something, aka rowing the boat. Trish, I had down for you again. Yeah, and it's been mentioned, the awkward cackle. And you don't strike me as someone who has allergies. Is such a just like a very genuine thing for Trish to be saying to this potential demigod of the plane of whatever, wherever the fuck we've ended up, the Howling Abyss. Was just very in character. Josh, your description of the room, the waterfall tapestries is what I put down as well. I also liked how you just leaned right into the camera with a big teethy grin, and we knew, and that was just so clear exactly what you were going for there. Yeah. Jude always just tapping into those emotions. And you said it yourself, the first, that was the second one with the mother sequence really just hit home. And it's just glorious to see those emotions, and even those emotions coming to favorite DM moment as well. Well, again, seeing those emotions played out on your face too. Because, AJ wouldn't be feeling that shit if you weren't just rocking it, which you always do. So yeah, that's me.
Thank you.
I think. Yep.
My favorite me moment was dealing with the Harrow. Because I did not plan it. I had no time to plan. I don't know what I would have done with Trish. Dead set. Do not know what I would have done if it had been Trish. Jude, there's so much material to work with. Trish, we like nowhere near as much trauma to work on. But so for people's knowledge, the Fates card, the character receives 2 visions and knowledge of the future. One is true, one is false. They do not know which one is which. The DM determines the specifics of these visions. I had considered a different thing, But I'm glad I did it the way I did it, and that was definitely my favorite me moment. My favorite Trish moment, choosing to sit on the tail of the megalodon because it can't eat me here. I'm like, yeah, I mean, you're so deeply fucked if it chooses to just stop keeping you breathing. But like, yeah, if it eats you, whatever, you know? I love that. Yeah, wonderfully out of your depth and played it really, really well. I really liked Benneck and Jordan's initial aside as well. My favorite Benneck moment would definitely be that. His trying to get Jordan to give it, like, the playing Jordan for more, and then being like, nah, man, nah, that's all good. Actually, I was just messing with you. That was really lovely. Nevermore, I really liked you turning to the nasty, horrible Helvig in the dream and saying, "You're not Helvig. No, you're not Helvig. Fuck you." That was really great. It really stumped Dan on what to say. I'd given Dan a bit of guidance, but not a lot. And he was just like, nah. Okay.
I don't believe in your shit.
You give me the look of Josh isn't working.
I gave you like a, this isn't part of the plan.
No, we both had that. Yeah, that's not what he's supposed to say. Fuck. Okay, yeah, no, that was really, really solidly done. My favorite Jude moment. There was a lot, but it would be the reaction to undead Helvig. It was so visceral, and like the reaction specifically, if I had to pick a very, very specific moment, to the boop snoot with the skeletal hand. Yeah. That was yeah.
Don't like it.
Yeah,
I'll give you the shivers.
All right.
Jude was traumatized by that in Vanya's office, like that whole thing.
Favorite Rachel and AJ, the look of real fear in their faces when it went to 101%. Out of our depth fund, 10 points. Thank you. I'm glad someone picked up on it. Mama is false. Oh, small town creepy. Don't give the game away. Favorite Josh / Benneck, sit on my face. Favorite Omi. Favorite Josh, dream sequences. Yeah, who doesn't love a good dream sequence? I certainly do. Hello, little bites. Dracos Wizard, thank you. Yes. Favorite Trish, everyone bowing to the demigod and she waves like, sup? Yeah, and I pay that. It was great. Favorite AJ, the harrowing panic. Favorite Trish, everything. Trish rocks my socks. Favorite Mitch, being nice to Jude. Yeah, completely unnecessarily. Like Irizlai's like, I didn't say that. I mean, I like her. I do like her, but I haven't said why did okay. Favorite Josh is Jordan's sweetness. Yeah. Favorite Mitch, going warlock like a bouse. Yes. Dan, swimming on the nose of the megalodon. Yeah, absolutely. Omi, well done. I loved all the dreams and how both Josh did a great job on the fly and how everyone added more depth to their characters. Yes. Favorite AJ, offering the demigod a muffin. I mean, that's just Jude's go-to, isn't it, really? But yeah, solid work. Favorite chat, Hellraiser discussion. And Small Town Creepy, favorite Benneck, I eat things.
What is this weird snap choice I made?
I would Nevermore want others to like Irileth. Interesting. Yeah. So that was fun. Thank you, guys. Yeah, it's always lovely to do those favorite moments, and well done. We did them under 10 minutes. Okay, we're going to go away from here now because we're all tired people. I drove for 3 hours today. We need to thank you so much, everybody, for the hype train. We got a level 3 hype train. We managed to break our Harrow bar. You got so many new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your support. We do appreciate the heck out of it. All right. There's a couple of other shows on the channel. We have One Shot Wednesdays. We'll be continuing on the 17th. We have a special guest DM coming in from somewhere else. If you remember, Jackimus has been around before. He will be back again for a new thing. I don't know very much about it, but that will be on the 17th of November. TSA is on this weekend as per usual. And I believe Fool's Gold is another Fool's Gold one shot is in the works as well. So plenty more on the channel to's come. Now, guys, I think we should do our sign-offs. We should go away from here now. AJ, who the heck are you?
I'm heckin' AJ Winters.
There you are.
Yeah, I'm a world builder and DM and dungeon master and D&D player on the internet. You can find me on Winter's Tales, my YouTube channel, where I am building a world one step at a time that I will then host a tabletop RPG game in next year. The last episode came out last night at Witching Hour, my Halloween episode, so go check that out. And you can find me on a bunch of different things. I'm pretty sure I've got heaps of streaming coming up, and I don't know where. Rise of the Room Lords Sunday nights. I've got the Avatar one shot next week, Wednesday night. I'm also on Tales of Pesh next Saturday. Ooh. And I think that's everything in the next 2 weeks. And just follow my socials so you can see my calendar and what I'm doing.
That's a good idea.
I'm everywhere.
Small Town Creepy, I did notice your suggestion, and it is in the works. That's why I didn't say anything about it. Nova will be joining us on Humblewood in the future, pre-Christmas future, so stick around for that. Don't worry, guys. There's a thing. Exciting.
I don't like everything that you just said.
Don't worry.
You like some, but not all. Dan, tell me about your hacking self, my friend.
Hello, I am Dan. I am extremely worried now after that breaking news that I just got. I just received. But hello, I am D-Reb in Twitch chat. And on the Discords, that's basically where you see me visibly lurk. Aside from that, I'm mostly invisible. And you can find me here on Humblewood and on the Avatar tabletop on Wednesday at Corsair's Cove.
Yeah, it is. Corsair's Cove next Wednesday. Mitch, tell me about yourself.
How the fuck you going, everybody? I am Mitch, and it has been an absolute pleasure to tickle your fancies this evening as Nevermore. If you like getting your fancies tickled, then come to my Twitter. It is Mitch_Earnshaw, or even my Twitch, because maybe I'll start streaming games on Twitch. I don't know. You know, you never be too sure. But thank you very much. That's literally it. Nothing cool to say.
He was
one of these bad boys.
Amazing job this evening. Nevermore had an awful lot of heavy lifting to do today. You did an amazing job running on a lot of tired energy. Props to Mitch. All right, Rachel, tell me who the heck you are.
Hello, my name is Rachel Foucar. I'm a writer, actor, and creative trash at large. You can find me on assorted social media at Rachel Foucar, and you can find my book, The Rings of Mars, right here on the internet. It's a sci-fi. They're trying to get to Mars, but stuff happens as you get in a plot of a story. Check it out if you like science fiction.
If nothing happened in
many pages.
330 pages, something would be deeply wrong with the book.
Thankfully, no amazing things happen.
And nothing bad happens to anyone.
Yeah.
Karen finished it yesterday. Madame and Monsieur Domino Herring and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I have been Josh the Pirate this evening. I have been your humble DM and storyteller. If you have enjoyed my face and voice tonight, you can find me in Paparotica at Fringe World and generally infesting the art scene in Perth. I also have my own new channel, twitch.tv/Corsair's Cove, where we have the second Humblewood campaign on Thursday nights and Avatar one-shot, Avatar, the second end of the Avatar micro campaign, really, let's call it what it is, over there on alternating Wednesdays with Dan and AJ and Axel Bevington and Matt Brown, Briefcase himself from Split the Party. If you like my majestic voice, but you think I could stand to turn the face down a bit, then you can check out the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Felspar and his little dragon, Rush. Guys, I think we should go and raid somebody. Don't you? I do. Alrighty. Who's streaming? Well, I mean, Agent Number 1 is streaming. And Agent Number 1 is talking about the lore of Cinch. And I do an awful lot of leaning on Warhammer 40k and Warhammer fantasy lore, so this is sort of appropriate. So we are going to raid Agent Number 1. Please throw up your favorite raid emotes in chat and tell him where you came from and give him all of our love. We adore Agent. He has been over here on Scales Above. He played in the very first game I ever played on Roll for Damage. That's why I like Agent. He's super cool. Send him a love, and we will be back next Monday night, guys. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.